Hey, you. Yes, you. Do you know what your problem is? You don't know Japanese. Do you want to know why you don't know Japanese? Because no one has the skills to teach you. And do you want to know why you're on this video? Because I can teach you. Lock in, twin. This is part 2 of Japanese particles. If you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification down below. And let's get into it. The first particle we're starting off with is ga. And ga is the particle that tells you what the subject of the sentence is. It tells you what the sentence is focusing on and what's the main focus. I know I like doubled down on that. I kind of like rebuttal, but you got to understand, not a lot of people know what the subject is. And so I have to, as your teacher, understand that and, kind of work around that. But for those who are terrible with explanations and would rather prefer an example, I got you. 図書館の中に本と漫画があります. Now, I know I'm goaded. Your teacher's goaded, but I need you to lock in, class. Now, let me give you a little sauce. 図書館 means library, right? But library isn't initially the focus of the text or the sentence. The focus is honto manga because God follows honto manga. So because it is honto manga ga, that is the focus of our sentence. And hon means book. So also naka means middle or inside. So for this text, it would be there are books inside of library. No, there are books and mangas inside of libraries. Boom. I just blew your mind. You know what else I'm gonna blow your mind with? The next particle. The next particle we're going to be talking about is ni. Ni actually has two functions depending on which scenario, right? The first function is that ni is used to determine the destination, right? And if no one knows what destination means the place where you will be going, not the place where you're at. It's the place that you will be going to, if followed by an action verb. The second function is that it tells the location, a place that you're already at, if followed by a state verb. I know that was a little janky, but that's generally the consensus of how ni is used. So in the order of formation would be location plus ni. So let me give you two sample sentences to help you defer the difference between the usages. So the first example will be the destination example. 大人の人は電車に乗ります. Now, let's break that sentence down. The sentence itself means the adult will get on the train, but let's focus on denja because denja means train, and denja is followed by ni. Now, if the sentence itself says that the adult will get on the train, that means that the adult is not on the train at the present moment. That means that the adult destination is to get on the train. It is the train, which enhanced, not to mention it is followed by an action verb. Noru, well, because in sentence form is norimasu, but in base form it's noru. Noru, it means to get on, which is an action. You're getting on something, you're actively doing it. Hence why it is an action and not a state verb. Let's move on to the second usage. 香川県にコンピュータさんがあります. Now, let's break that sentence down. Let's focus on the verb, right? Because the verb is the more important part in determining if it is a location or if it is a destination. Arimasu is a state verb. Now, I won't give too much breakdown on of the uses of arimasu. I'm gonna gatekeep that for a video. A verb video. You guys want a verb video? Let me know. Your boy got you. But it is followed by a state verb, no less. We know that arimasu is a state verb, and kagawa is in the sentence alone. It's telling you that in Kagawa in the Kagawa prefecture there are computer signs, which are I'm pretty sure they're like types of shrines or something like that. I am not too certain, but I am certain that in the sentence itself, it does not state that we are going to Kagawa. It states that in Kagawa, which means that it is stating the location and not the destination. So I hope you can defer between those two. I hope those are pretty good examples. If not, I just rewatch that. It'll come to you eventually. Let's move on to the next particle. Now for our third particle, de. De isn't actually that hard of a particle. It's actually pretty easy to understand the uses of once you just basically understand the definition, right? The particle de indicates the place of where an action will occur, right? So not where an action, not when an action happens, but where an action will occur. And I have a sample sentence for you all. So let's get into that. Marugame shite uchiwa wo sukurimasu. Now, let's break that sentence down. Marugameshi is just Marugame City. It's a city in Japan. And that follows it because Marugame is a location. Uchiwa means fan, and sukurimasu is the verb for to build or to make. So the sentence itself says that Marugame City makes fans, right? But you got to understand, making fans is an action, right? To make something is an action. So we know that skurimas is an action verb. And because of that, we use de because it tells you that the action happens in this city. I hope you understood that explanation. I hope you did. Because if not, we can talk about it in the comments. But let's move on to the next one. For our fourth and final particle, ne. Now, ne is actually another pretty easy particle to understand. And to put it in terms for English, you know when you're saying a sentence and then you go, right? Like, this is my chicken, right? Don't know why I went with that example. But this is my sandwich, right? Or this is my food. No, right? That bit at the end, that's basically what net is, right? It's basically like that. That's probably the best example I could give you. It's actually really better than saying the definition of it, honestly. But I will give you an example sentence. Are wa neko ga imasu ne, which just translates to that is a cat, right? Like, that is a cat, right? Not a furry. Not a furry. It's a cat, right? Let's hope it's a cat, guys. But that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it entertaining. Like the video, please. I'm starved. A brother is starving over here. A brother is starving like Marvin. I'm starving like Marvin. But yeah, if you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification down below. Comment down below if you want me to cover anything else Japanese related. I got you. And until next time, peace.